All right, guys. I guess you can't see my face. uh, we used to call this in the military "Oh Dark 30." It's not that late. It's not that early, rather. It's about a little after 5. But um, my exercise today is to go for a little backpacking. I know you can't see my backpack, but when I get in the light, I'll show it to you. Um, so I'm not an exercise guru. I'm showing you how you can spend 30 minutes and get some exercise in every day. And then you have the whole other 23 and a half hours, even if you spend 1 hour. So there you are, my backpack. Um, a lot of people walk with a weighted vest. I don't like weighted vests. I rather to just take my backpack. I love the backpack. Sometimes, occasionally, I go hiking out in the park and so on. And I plan to go do a few mountains and so little ones, when I get the chance. But um, I love the backpack. Feels good. It's my old backpack. I don't load it up with a lot of stuff. Um, and so I'll just do 2 laps, probably a couple miles. The neighborhood walk here is about a little over a mile. And you go in and on all the cul-de-sacs. And so I'll do I'll do it twice, maybe. Hopefully, if the sun doesn't come up. I don't like people seeing me. I do it when everybody is asleep. Yeah. It's so you can do it anytime. You don't have to do a backpack. You could do a weighted vest, or just go for a walk. That alone helps. Just walk a mile or two. Start off with half a mile if that's all you can do. But the whole idea is to do something, to do even a little bit. And then you could increase it every week, take it up a notch every week. Let's say you do 1 push-up a day last week, the then next or this week rather, then next week you do 2 push-ups every day, and by the end of the year you'll be doing 52 push-ups every day. if you if you increase it by one, just by one, every week, not every day, just every week. So that's 7 days. Every 7 days you do one more. So that's how you eat an elephant. You start with one tiny bite at a time. All right. And so this walk here is the lap around my neighborhood is about I think about 15 minutes, about a little over a mile. So I'm not jogging. I'm just walking um, casually with my backpack, and you'll see a few people out who like to be out in the morning like me. I like to get up in the morning and start my day there. Early for me is better because then I'm wide awake. When I get up, I'm wide awake. I'm not drowsy or anything like that. I'm usually wide awake and I'm up and at it. By say 2 o'clock in the afternoon, oh, I'm dying. but but I bear it till bedtime. But when I'm up early in the morning, I'm more alive. I can think better. So I'm a morning person. I'm not, some people are not morning people, and so they stay in bed a little bit later. So if you find out that evening time or afternoon is better for you to exercise, maybe you're at work and you can't break out in the afternoon, but break away for 30 minutes or an hour and get some exercise in, and that's it. Out of the 24 hours, you got that 1 hour that you can just break away and schedule it. I schedule mine, so my reminder reminds me. I mean, I've been doing it for so long now that I don't even have to schedule it. My body just tells me, oh, I just automatically get up. Sometimes I don't even remember what I did, but I did everything. I automatically just get up, get out of the bed, go use the bathroom. And sometimes I'm not even that wide awake, but I can't sleep. I can't sleep once I'm awake in the morning. I can't go back to sleep again. I just lay there thinking. My mind is going 100 miles an hour. And so that's just wasted time, just laying there thinking, trying to go back to sleep. Yeah, I'd rather just get up, do what I have to do, and then if I feel sleepy sometime during the day, take a 15-minute nap or so. That's better than just laying there, pontificating, thinking about all the stuff that you should do, or maybe I should get up, maybe I shouldn't get up. Uh, just get up. Just do it. Just like the Nike commercial. Yeah, so I usually get up and I'm at it. I just go get up and do the same thing every morning. And and jump into my clothes. Sometimes I change my clothes. Change into my exercise clothes, and I don't even remember doing it because I've done it so often that. And anytime I don't follow that sequence, I'm like confused. Sometimes I just like, what am I doing? I stand there for a few minutes, 5, 6 minutes or so, just trying to get my bearing and trying to figure out where did I go off track. But once you have a routine, then you don't have to worry about it. I know some people get up about this time to go to work, so you're not out exercising. But you can always get up 30 minutes earlier, and you don't have to be outside. Get up 30 minutes earlier and do some push-ups. Once you start doing it for a while, and your body will get used to it, and it'll be so. And it was so, according to Genesis. All right, so I remember I used to get up early. I've always been a morning person, as long as I can remember, because I used to get up early, even when I was back in Jamaica, growing up, in my teens. I used to get up early, and then I grew up with partially spent some time with this lady named Miss Esther. I think she was a distant relative of ours, but I lived with her for a while. And man, she would run circles around many guys. Miss Esther, I kid you not, she used to smoke, and she would smoke cigarettes, and she would put the part with the ash in her mouth. The part with the fire and the ash, that part she would put in her mouth. And some of you might not believe me, but it's true. I know her granddaughters live here, and they know, Arthurine and Sonia. They know that she used to do it, and so they can attest to that if they ever watch this video. But she was a hard worker. She could work, and she would get up early in the morning. I would remember getting up early in the morning with her on Christmas morning, because at the bakery, people would, back where I'm from, they had in Catadupa, they had a bakery there owned by this man named Alan, and he they used to bake fresh bread and people would order their Christmas bread, and it would be in the shape of a crocodile or whatever you wanted, the kind of shape you wanted to be in. And so people order those special bread, and then they buy their other regular breads for the family. But it was fresh bread. They start baking like really, really early in the morning, like around 2, and they and by say 4 o'clock, you had fresh bread. And so I can remember vividly. Sometimes when I'm walking out here in the early morning, I get a flashback of me and Miss Esther going up to the bakery. She would have me carry the basket. There's a little basket, we call them bankra basket. And we'd go up to the bakery. And I mean, you're a teenager. You love to eat. I love to eat them. I ate everything in sight. And so I would be delighted to wake up. I didn't know I was a morning person back then. You don't think about those things when you're a kid. But I would be delighted to wake up with her, wake up and go to the bakery with her. And when I get there, this guy named Roy, he would cut off a big chunk of bread and slather some butter on it and and give it to me. Oh man, I was in heaven. And hot bread and with butter, butter, real fattening, clog your arteries butter. And so those are some of my early morning memories. So I love early morning, always love early morning. Then when my sister was a farmer also, and she used to go down to the farm. She had a little farm, plant yams and all that kind of stuff. And I used to go with her early in the morning, go down to the farm. So, so either I was naturally a morning person, or Miss Esther trained me to be a morning person. But I became a morning person, and so I love it. And then when I was in the military, I had no problems getting up early in the morning and going out there. It was like a joy to me just to go out and smell the fresh air, especially if we were out in the field, out in the woods. Oh, by the way, this is my Army issue backpack. I still have it. I forgot why they let us keep it. Maybe they were phasing them out or something, because they don't even have this stuff anymore. It was a long time ago, um, but I love it. It comes with a frame. I don't have the frame anymore. I'm trying to find a frame for it, and they're like $70 just for the frame on eBay or in other places. So I said, oh, I put a piece of hard cardboard inside in the back so it could kind of stand upright, and put some cushion there, cushion my back. So I love carrying it. I prefer to carry it rather than wear weighted vests and all that kind of stuff. And because so when I go out to the park, I'm gonna need the stuff in there. So um, I get accustomed to carrying it, and I don't make it too heavy. It's probably around about 30 pounds, the most. And so for a grown adult, 60-year-old guy like me, um, that's not that heavy. All right. So we're coming up to about halfway of my trip here, and I'm going down this one cul-de-sac. I should have wear a headlamp or something so you guys could see me in the dark. But then again, I mean, you don't want to just stay there and watch a person walking. Yeah, so people still have Christmas lights up. Look at there. Christmas lights behind me. Well, ours is still up, but we don't have them on. I guess this time of the year, people leave them on and leave them on all night rather. Um, at this house we're coming up to here, I really love their Christmas light. They um they did a really good job. Wish I could get mine looking that beautiful. I'm gonna try next year. This year it was lame. Man, the lights went out every time it rained. There was a short somewhere, maybe a bulb that was cracked or connection. I mean, we took all the connections off, reconnect them, and the thing still messed up. As soon as it rains a little bit, the light went out. The breaker tripped, and so um, come come next year, I plan to get some better lights, LEDs that look more modern. We have lights from probably around 15 years ago. That's why they're all bad. El Cheapo here. We got to get some lights. So this house I really, really like. See that? They did a really good job. All right, so I'm in somebody's cul-de-sac here, headed back out. And yeah, this morning walk is really good. Make my legs feel better, feel overall better when I exercise. So I don't know why people don't exercise. For me, when I don't exercise, I start to feel sick and low-key, and I feel like I don't want to do anything. When I get up, get a little bit of exercise in, not a lot. As I say, I'm not an exercise guru. I just do something consistently, even a few push-ups. If I if I get really really busy uh, and um, and just keep running all day, I just stop. Even if I'm waiting on somebody to for something, I just stop and do about 20 push-ups or so. And that only take a minute. And so look at that, 1 minute. You do something, just 1 minute. So the people that say they don't have time to exercise or do any kind of physical activity, intentional physical activity to help their body. Now, come on. You got 24 hours. You can spend 23 of it doing everything else. But take one, because you're not gonna exercise in just exercise in 30 minutes. I find that 30 minutes of exercise for me is a lot. I do a lot in 30 minutes. But what I was trying to say is that you're gonna, have to get up, especially if you do it early in the morning. Sometimes prepare and so on. So that's another 15 minutes, and then another 15 minutes to cool down and wind down, and so on. So that's 30 minutes there. But then you can do and and then and then use the other 30 minutes to get started and to wind down. And so there it is, an hour, and you're done. You can even shower within that hour too, and you're done. Yeah, so it's not hard, guys. It's just consistency and cutting out some of the stuff that don't really matter, like sitting for 20 minutes watching dumb YouTube videos like this. uh, but you could watch a dumb YouTube video like this while you exercise and say, yeah, I'm doing it too, Ralph. I'm doing it too. It's not only you, I can do it too. All right. And so I'm coming up on close to where I'm gonna be back where I started. Almost, not quite. But I'm gonna go in this other little cul-de-sac here so I can get um, my 1.5, approximately 1.5 miles on one lap. and then and so that the next time I go around, I'll do about 3 miles. Yeah. All right. And this is fun, guys. This is fun. It just feels so good being out here. Fresh air in the morning, no cars, no people, just me and my backpack and my phone, of course, and the Lord, and the Lord Jesus. Yes, don't leave him out. Take you everywhere you go. Take the name of Jesus with you. Amen. And so, yeah, I'm coming down in this cul-de-sac here. Well, it's not a cul-de-sac, it's not the road going through, but I'm gonna turn around and go back and then do another lap, and we're done. We're done. Yeah. There's a school bus ahead of me here. The school, the school people wake up early. Look at that. High school kids, they're up early because they got to catch that bus by what 6:30. Yeah, I remember my kids. They used to have to go up there like 6:30 to catch that bus. And so, yeah, a lot of the young people are used to waking up early because they have to if they want to go to high school. So, so we got the yellow school bus down there waiting on somebody. Yeah, some of these kids get up really, really early because some of them go to schools far away, and the bus comes and pick them up, and they're that's serious stuff there, and and sometimes they don't want to go to bed early, so, so they end up falling asleep in school. It's a little chilly this morning, um, but it's better than being hot. I mean, when I do this in the summertime, it's sometimes this time of the morning it's warm. Like, oh, you don't want to be doing this in the middle of the day. But believe it or not, we should do this, or have to do this in 100-degree weather, 120-degree weather. And I loved it because I love the heat. I don't love the cold. And, and so it wouldn't bother me much at all. Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm a warm-blooded person. Uh, love the heat. And that's why I live in Florida. Yeah, Florida weather is pretty good. It's not too hot, and it's definitely not cold. It just gets cool, but it's not terribly hot. Even in the summer, you get about 2 really hot months, and then sometimes the evening time is a little bit cool. Not during the hot months. The hot months, in July and August, I believe. Yeah, July and August, the really hot months. Then it's hot day and night. Thank God for air conditioning. I wonder what people used to do. Well, they just got acclimated before AC. Yeah, people just got acclimated to the no air conditioning. All right, one more cul-de-sac, and then I'm back almost where I started, and then we'll do this again. And so I've been walking for 25 minutes now, and I can't see what my watch there is saying. Let me see what my watch is saying, but can you see what it's saying there? Yeah. But it tells me I've been walking for 25 minutes and This is almost one. It's 1.4 miles. That's almost 1.5 miles. Oh wow! I've been walking that long. I feel like I've been not been walking that long. I usually do this in 15 minutes, but I'm talking and not paying attention here. So I guess I need to pick up the pace, Ralphie. All right, picking up the pace. The other lap should be a bit faster. Yeah, slow poke. Pick it up. All right. So this is my last cul-de-sac here before I get back to where I started. And like a minute or so, I'll be there. Then I'm gonna do another quick lap, and we're done. The legs feel good. My backpack feel good. I feel good. I feel good. It's another nice house too. They took down some of it already. They had a lot of lights at this house, but it was really beautiful. Yeah, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? Mr. Rogers. Anybody remember Mr. Rogers? Yeah, he was a cool guy. Yeah, but he could put you to sleep though. Yeah. He always wore a little sweater, usually blue, light blue, like baby blue sweater. Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. I feel like I live in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Yeah, so I'm gonna go down here and then I'm gonna come around and do one more lap. So we're at 1.5 miles. And turn around and do it all over again. This is my little cul-de-sac here. I come back to, and I'm headed back out to do one more lap. One more lap. Here we go again. We used to sing cadence in the military. Cadence keeps you. Oh, Pastor did a daily thing that he sent out yesterday, and he was talking about cadence in it. You know, cadence. It's a rhythm that keeps you motivated, and it keeps you going in sort of a routine. You know, so you're not all over the place. And so we used to sing cadence when we were in the military or marching or going somewhere. I used to love singing cadence. It just feels good. You know, it takes your mind off of what you're doing. You forget that your knees hurt, you know. And you say, here we go again. Left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left. Here we go again. And then the soldiers. This is a cadre or drill sergeant or whoever is leading us. They would say it, and then he would repeat it. Here we go again. Same old stuff again. Some people would say the S word. Same old stuff again. The other S word. Marching down the avenue. One more day and we'll be through. I'll be glad and so will you. You'll live, you'll live, you'll live right. You'll live, you'll live, You'll live, and whatever your company is, whatever, it's usually do this in training. If you're in Bravo company, you'll live, you'll live, you'll live right. Bravo, live, you'll live, you'll live right. Bravo. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cause your brain is fried on crack and dope and all that mess you smoke. Oh. We used to sing some crazy stuff. Oh, hello, hello, infantry. The queen of battle, follow me. Oh, hello, hello, infantry. Ain't nobody mess with me. I tell myself again and again, I can't give up, I can't give in. I tell myself again and again, I can't give up, I can't give in. Up in the morning and out of the wreck, ready to be down with a mortar attack. Your sergeant rushes me off the chow, but I don't eat it anyhow. Oh, hello, hello, infantry. The queen of battle, follow me. Oh, hello, hello, infantry. A ranger's life, the ranger is a life for me. I tell myself again and again, I can't give up, I can't give in. I tell myself again and again, I can't give up, I can't give in. I look to the sky and wonder why. I wonder why I have to die. I look to the sky and wonder why. I wonder why I got to die. Oh, hello, hello, infantry. This is one of my favorite ones. I used to love it. Yeah. Try to remember some other one. We used to sing one about Captain Morgan, but it had some vulgar stuff in it, so it wasn't good. Oh no, it was Columbo. Columbus was a son of a gun. Yeah. But cadence gets you going and keep you in rhythm, with rhythm. And keep you marching with rhythm, and you take your mind off what you're doing while you're singing cadence. It's good for you. Yes. Before you know it, the war is over. Just sing cadence. I guess that's why too the apostles, Paul and Peter and them, when they were in prison, the Bible said they started to sing praises to God and their chains fell off. And so if you learn how to sing when you're in a lot of trouble and when you're in a hard place and even when you're in prison, you never know what might happen. Yeah, singing is good for you. Yes. All right. I'm coming around to about a third of the way right now. My second lap, about a third of it. And I'm getting my second win. Feeling really good. Let's see my watch here. You know, I got a bigger watch from Samsung. They had this promotion during Christmas for the big watch. Had a bigger bezel, bigger face, and I got it for this very reason, because I can't see this one that well. And it's not terrible, but especially when it's dark, you have to stare at it. So I got the bigger watch, but that thing was so heavy. Like, how am I gonna exercise in this? It started to hurt my hand after wearing it for a while. Just too heavy because I'm always doing something and moving with my hands, and that thing just felt heavy, just too heavy. Now I'm kind of sort of regretting that I sent it back. Maybe my arm would have gotten used to it, but I think maybe if I see it on sale again, I will go ahead and get it on sale. It has to be on sale. They had it like 50% off or something like that. It was like 44% off or something like that. It was a lot off of it during the holidays. So I missed out on that. If it comes back up again, I'll try to grab it because it definitely helps right now. It would have definitely helped instead of me trying to squint and stare at this little watch face. All right. Yeah, I got to pick up the pace here because I was walking a little bit too slow earlier. I wasn't just strolling, I was really walking. So I have this backpack on, but now I can really pick it up. Because I feel good too. I feel like I could do 2 or 3 more laps, but time. Yeah, got to see somebody this morning, help him, elder brother, help him change the battery in his car so he can keep moving. The car battery's dead and he's been sitting in his driveway. He's taking Uber to work, so I'm gonna help him change out the battery so he can get going again. All right, and then to work. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody got military families out there? And I know it's not Memorial Day or Veterans Day, but say always be kind to your military families, especially those on active duty right now, because a lot of people leave their families, they go away. Man, it was for the first 5 years I was in. It's been 6.5 years. Well, actually 6 years, 4 months, and 12 days. we moved 5 times in 6 years. 5 times. Because I was really training. I love the military. Then we had a daughter that passed away. My wife didn't want to move around. She just wanted to settle down. I said, I think I'll just get out. But I loved it. Didn't have a problem with the military at all. And, in all honesty, the military treated us good. People have problems with the military, but I never had a problem at all. It's the best thing I've ever did. Best 6.5 years, almost 7 years of my life that I ever spent. But military families, a lot of them are gone all the time. Leave their families, and they only see them 2 or 3 or 4 times a year because they're either overseas or traveling or in training. I was in training all the time. Oh man, it was just training going on. I was trying to get rank fast, and I was. So in '94, I went to PLDC at Benin and got my sergeant stripes, and then I was about to go to ANOC, which is the second leadership phase of your NCO being an NCO in the Army. And I was getting ready, get my promotion packet ready to go to that and then get it submitted and all that. And no, is it ANOC or BNOC? I think it's BNOC. BNOC first and then ANOC when you go to E7. BNOC is for E6 and ANOC is for E7, I think. Whatever. I don't remember it that well. It's been about 30 years. But I was getting ready to do that because I was like pumped, man. I was like, yeah, I had to take every class they had to get promoted. Needed the money too. so I jumped. I got to E5 really quick, and then was gonna get my E6. And when they handed out the re-up paperwork, you know, where you get your re-up paperwork and I was in training when they handed out because my time was coming up, and I just found myself just folding it up, just kind of just folding it, and I didn't hate the military or anything like that. Didn't even want to get out, but for some reason I just found myself just kind of folding it up and not even looking at it. And I never read up. I just left. So Lord knows why. Sometimes we don't know why things happen. But I had also gone to air assault school and injured myself, so wanted to go back. Yeah, I was doing so good. I did a 93 or something like that on the written exam, and I went through the hardest part of it, which was the obstacle course, and we were on a 4-mile run we did the 4-mile run in combat boots. You know, you don't run in combat boots. They're just horrible. But we did it. But that's part of their program. I'm back at the pretty house again. The pretty lights. But that's part of their program. You had to do that 4-mile run in combat boots. Well, it's not bad. It wasn't terrible. But then we were going on a road march. It was a 12-mile road march. And man, I was getting excruciating pain in my shin, my right shin. And what had happened is a couple of years before, I was hit by a car in Lima, Ohio. Before I had signed up, I was actually signed up and ready to ship out, and that delayed me. I got hit by a car. The car got out of control. I was on the sidewalk jogging. The car got out of control, veered over. I jumped out of the way, and it hit my right leg. Got hit. That's the only thing that got hit. Thank God. You know, the rest of me was kind of scratched up after I jumped out of the way, and put a big gash down to the bone. It was a shortcut, about 3 inches or so, but it went down to the bone. And so that thing didn't heal very well at all. I was on crutches for a while, and it just didn't heal very well. And I think that's where I was getting inflammation and so on from all that stress and pressure on it. And so, hey, good morning. My neighbor there. And so, where was I? Yeah, I was sitting, and so when I was doing that road march, it just got that. I said, man, it just started killing me. And the cadre saw me limping and asked me if I should just limp through it. I should just limp through it because it's gonna kill me, you know. Could have just taken, I had Tylenol with me. I could have taken a couple of Tylenols or something. And I didn't know that that's what they do to weed people out. They ask you if you want to go in the van. I thought maybe, I could just do this 12 mile over or are they just gonna take some points off of me for the 12 mile for not completing it? But they asked me if I want to go in the van. I said I thought about it, limped for a while. Then I said, yeah, let me. They had an open back truck there, so they put me in the truck. And I was like, then when I got back to the to to the building, to the base, they they started processing people, the people who didn't make the 12-mile road march or whatever. There wasn't too many because it's something you do a few times when you're in the military, at least, no matter what your military occupational specialty is, MOS. But they processed me out and said, well, you gotta come back and repeat the program because you didn't do the 12-mile road march. I'm like, what? Aren't you guys gonna have another one? Nope. and so that's how I got booted out of air assault. And so I was planning to go back because to qualify for air assault school, I had to beat out a lot of people. I remember this one guy. When we were doing the qualification to go, this one guy was really big guy. This guy was a weightlifter. He wasn't big and tall, but he was muscular. He's taller than me for sure, but he was muscular. I forgot his name, but it came down to the last part of it. We were supposed to do push-ups to see who would qualify. And I don't know, this big guy, I whipped him on the push-ups. I mean, push-ups was my strength. And so when it come down to that, to do to qualify, I knew I was gonna whip him. He was big and muscular, and so I was a little worried, but I'm like, I can do push-ups all day. Come on. At that time, I was like 25, 27, somewhere around there. 26? I don't remember. But in my 20s, because I got in when I was 23. And so this was like 2 years, so 25, maybe 26, yeah. But the thing is, he was a big, muscular guy, big upper body, but he was also chunky and heavy. So he had to push all that weight up. I was little and wiry and had good muscles because I did push-ups all the time. That was my favorite thing to do, And so I would, we got down there, and when he was trembling and shaking, and I was still going. I was like, they just said, forget it. You beat him. And so that was my last thing to qualify. They make you do an obstacle course. You run, you do a lot of stuff to qualify. You have to do it within a certain time. So I qualified for Aerosol School. I was so excited. Me and Lopez. Yeah, Victor Lopez, a good buddy. I have a picture with him actually when we were in Desert Storm. And both of us qualified, and another guy named Green. Green flunked the written test, so he had to go home too, in air assault. And so I was so mad. I was like, I'm gonna go back and show them. And after that, I was gonna go to airborne school. And after that, who knows? I got called actually. I got a letter. Twice I got letters. When you're good on your physical fitness test, that's how they try to pick guys for special forces. And so I got a letter from Delta, and I forgot who else I got one from. I don't remember. Well, that letter was in my suitcase that got stolen in Maryland. I would have had it today. See, Delta called me up. But I got a letter from Delta. But one thing I was afraid of, though, it was the cold. Because I hear when you're in training, my roommate was Special Forces. Well, he went to Special Forces training. Michael Bond. And He didn't make it the first time. He came back, he was blue all over. He's a white guy, and his legs were all battered and bruised and blue, black and blue all over. But I think he went back and made it, you know, the second time. So I'm coming up to almost the end here, back to home base. So I heard that, you know, you're out in the cold a lot, and that was just because I had a profile for cold. Like cold didn't like me, but they were telling me, oh, you could be a hot weather special forces. You know, they'll send you to places like Egypt, the Middle East, and so on. And I said, oh, yeah, but and I almost took up the offer, but then that's when I went to aerosol school. You know, you do these things in phases, and then I decided to get out. So I'll tell you more about all that stuff another time, because I'm back at home, and I should have had my lights on. See, my neighbors still have theirs on. I should have mine on all night because Christmas is over. All right, guys. So that's it for my day 2 of the 365 challenge. And so this has been about 45 minutes. When I go inside, I'll look and see. Oh, I'm back in the garage. See if I can get this backpack through this door. Oh, there we go. So I'm back in my messy garage here. It's on my list to clean it up. I swear, this time, yes. All right. So see you next time. See you tomorrow, actually, God willing, on day 3 of the 365